ലൈവ് സ്ട്രീമിംഗ് ഉണ്ട് കേട്ടോ യൂട്യൂബിൽ. അതിൻ്റെ ലിങ്ക് കൊടുത്തേക്കാം. ലിങ്ക് എടുക്കാം. എൻ്റെ മൊബൈലിലൊരു വാട്സപ്പ് എടുത്തിട്ട് ഒരു ലിങ്ക് അയച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. നോക്കി കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോ ലൈവ് സ്ട്രീം വരുന്നുണ്ടോ? എൻ്റെ സൗണ്ടൊന്നും വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഹലോ 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 ഇല്ലല്ലോ. ഹലോ ഹലോ
a state of fear and suspicion. Now, we are no more in a situation to revel in the fake sense of security, thinking that the disaster happens in faraway places. The apparent optimism that we enjoyed during the initial months of the spread of the pandemic is gradually fading. We can no longer wait for a panacea. Instead, we have to slowly but steadily adapt ourselves. A webinar on the aspect of resilience during the crisis of pandemic. We have been considering the options for the seminar for quite some time. Now, we are so privileged to have the apt guest of honor to present the keynote address. Dr. Danish Salim, Head of the Department and Academic Director of PRS Hospital, Trivandrum, who is a Senior Specialist in Abu Dhabi Health Authority from Abu Dhabi, joins us to present the keynote on pandemic and resilience, body, mind, and spirit. We are sure that the audience could really be enlightened on the remedies for the pluralistic problems posed by the pandemic by listening to Dr. Danish Salim. Let me wish a wonderful day to each of the participants. Now, for the formal note, we have Dr. Anin Hayat, the IQAC coordinator of the college. To introduce the speaker and welcome everyone, I invite Dr. Anin Hayat. And please. Thank you, Ashwati. Respected principal, our distinguished guest of the day, Dr. Danish Salim, dear participants, and my dear colleagues, a delightful afternoon to all. Let me take this opportunity to thank God Almighty for His most abundant grace and blessing. The COVID 19 pandemic has become a global public health crisis that has resulted in a variety of challenges to the world. Ever since the beginning of the pandemic, all of us have been feeling anxious, stressed, confused, worried, irritated, apprehensive, sad, and even a little lost at times. Feeling so many emotions and sometimes a multiple of them at once can take a huge toll on all our mental health too. And as we know, the pandemic is still ongoing with no end in sight. And many of us are pinning our hopes on a vaccine to encounter the virus, but even though many vaccines are being developed, it may take a long time before they actually reach the market and people get vaccinated. In the meantime, we need to focus more on the prevention and building up resilience. The Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Karabil Ahmadaji Memorial Unity Women's College, Manjeri, is really honored to provide an access to this sort of online platform. Switching over to my duty, let me take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to our beloved principal, who is the backbone of all our ventures. We are also delighted to have with us our manager, Abdul Ali sir, who is also a motivating force. I extend a cordial welcome to you, sir. Friends, today we are fortunate to have with us Dr. Danish Salim, our guest of honor. It goes without saying that if you have turned your YouTube generously during the COVID times, Dr. Danish must be a familiar face with a simple style and accurate updates, all meant for the community. His sense of commitment and updation has gained him a million followers, which stands testimony for his greatness. It was hence a great desire to have Dr. Danish for an online interaction with our college. Dr. Danish is currently working as the academic director and head of emergency department at PRS Hospital, Trivandrum, Kerala. To add to his credentials, currently he is Kerala State Secretary, Society for Emergency Medicine India, Head, National Innovation Society for Emergency Medicine India, Vice President, Indian Medical Association, Kovalam, Head of the Department and Academic Director, PRS Hospital, Trivandrum, and Senior Specialist, Abu Dhabi Health Authority. He was active in the field of emergency medicine and have contributed in bringing multiple innovations for which Dr. Danish was awarded nationally as the best innovator in emergency medicine and young achiever, as well as the best emergency physician of state award. Among the multiple innovations like app for accident alerts, jump kits for common emergency management, Dr. Danish brought into the sorry for the interruption. Dr. Danish brought into being the state's first bike ambulance and a single state wide app to control and coordinate private and public ambulances under one platform. This network was appreciated and is successfully running with the support of the government currently. And besides the technology field, Dr. Danish has conducted more than 2,000 structured emergency for common men, residents, doctors, and health professionals over a span of 5 years. On behalf of the entire Unity team and on behalf of the participants, I take this opportunity to extend a hearty welcome to Dr. Danish. Welcome, Doctor. With great honor, I extend a cordial welcome to all our distinguished participants from in and outside our country, and we have some of our family friends also who have joined from UAE. Let me take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to all my colleagues. I ensure the next few hours will be fruitful for every one of you. Once again, I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to you all. Welcome all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Danish Salim is a very popular medical practitioner, and many of us have already listened to the informative videos that went viral in social media. Now we got the wonderful opportunity to interact with him after his keynote. So, for the keynote address, let me invite Dr. Salim. Welcome, sir.
Sorry, we'll start. Is it audible now?
Okay, sir. You're audible.
So good evening all. I think it's 4 p.m. there, 3 p.m. in India. So I moved to UAE recently, just a few days back. I was called by the government. I'll be here for the next 3 months. And so today's topic will be discussing about the COVID. As you told, it will be discussing through the body, spirit, and soul. And very privileged to speak here, and thanks for the lovely introduction. So let us start directly to the topic. So I think everybody is comfortable with my English, or if I want to turn to Malayalam, you can just let me know. So I'll give you an introduction of COVID. Everybody will be knowing about the COVID. So COVID is a virus. COVID means coronavirus disease. That is a full form of COVID, and it is found in 2019. That's why COVID-19. It's a very old virus. It is a very old virus. Means virus group, you can say, because it's coming from the coronavirus family. coronavirus, around 6 viruses have already infected humans, and most lethal is now COVID-19. Previously, SARS and MERS was there in 2003 and 2010, but it was the mortality rate was less than 1,000. So it was not that much pandemic before. But now it has been spread to all throughout the world, and now it is affecting everyone. So it is called as pandemic, and we have to know each and everything about COVID-19. So COVID-19, what are the symptoms of COVID-19? Let us give you just outline of COVID-19, and then we will move on to how to protect. So the symptoms of COVID-19, there are mainly 6 symptoms of COVID-19. So fever is the most classical symptom, and fever will be 98% of the people who have symptoms will develop fever, followed by dry cough. Dry cough is the most common symptom. That is the most important thing which we can differentiate between the other tonsillitis and pharyngitis. So usually when we get a cold or when you get a sore throat, you will be getting some cough or there will be productive cough. Here it is not there, it will be dry cough because the alveoli or the area in which this infection spreads are the lower alveoli, so the lower part of the lung. So we get dry cough rather than productive cough. That is the second symptom. The third symptom is very unusual actually, and unusual, and we don't predict in a respiratory infection, diarrhea. So patient may come with diarrhea along with fever and cough. So we also think about COVID-19. Then other symptoms are anosmia. You will not be getting the smell. You will be losing the smell, and also taste also you will be losing. And some patients may develop breathlessness. Breathlessness is also another symptom of COVID-19. So these are the classical symptoms of COVID-19. There are some other symptoms like myalgia, body pain, headache, all those things, but it is not specific, or you cannot say that it is a COVID-19 when you get those symptoms. But these symptoms are specific, and most of the patients who come with COVID-19 will have these type of symptoms. And you have to know 40 to 50% of the people who get COVID-19 will be asymptomatic. They will not be getting any symptoms. So I have told these 6 symptoms only for patients who are getting symptoms. So most of the infection will go asymptomatic. We will not know whether we got an infection or not. If our immunity is good, if our body is responding very well to the virus, it will not show any symptom outside. Okay, so we will think that we will be drinking some immunity boosters and our immunity is protecting the virus, but it is not like that. Our immunity cannot be altered once. There are 2 types of immunity in our body. So now I am going into the immunity part. There are 2 types of immunity for all the human beings. One is cell-mediated immunity. That means when you are actually born, you will be coming with, or you will be getting the cell-mediated immunity. That means any microorganisms or any pathogen entering into your body, it will be invaded by the human macrophages, engulfing type of thing in your body. It will swallow the bacteria or virus and will try to kill those organisms. That is cell-mediated immunity. To very simple, if I can explain, that is the best method. So that cannot be altered. Whatever you are getting while birth, that cannot be altered. It is a very sad part. But we can maintain it, or we can do some modification in our lifestyle so that we can maintain it at the same level where we got at the time of birth. The second type of immunity is acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is we are acquiring from some area. For example, a virus entering to my body, example. So my body is developing an antibody against this microorganism. So that means acquired. I acquired it from outside. Or if someone is giving you an injection, for example, coronavirus injection or vaccination is giving to me, and my body is producing an antibody against this virus. So that is also an acquired immunity. Okay. So these are the 2 types of immunity. How to maintain cell-mediated immunity? And acquired immunity can be acquired only through 2 routes. routes that I have already explained. One is through vaccine. One, we have to get infected and produce the antibodies. So cell-mediated immunity, how to maintain, that is the main topic or the main area of our discussion. Because how to protect our body from this COVID, even if it is getting to you. So first is prevention. Second, after the virus enters into your body, what we can do. Okay, so two topics over. Okay, now third topic. Then we are going to discuss about the mode of transmission. Mode of transmission, it can spread through three routes, we can say. First route is by droplet infection. Droplet infection, if I sneeze or cough, the person who is nearby can easily breathe and he can get infection. So that is the most common route. Followed by fomite transmission. Fomite transmission is when I cough or sneeze, the droplets can fall into certain areas. Those areas, if you touch and without washing your hands, if you touch over the nose, eyes and mouth, you will get infection because there are mucosa present. It will not invade through the skin. It will only enter through the mucosa. Mucosa are present in eye, nose and mouth. So most of the respiratory infections like H1N1, swine flu you might have heard of, these things will invade only through the mucosa. It is not through the skin directly. So that is the two routes. But their route is when you cough or sneeze, or if you are speaking loudly or if you are singing loudly, these droplets or these aerosols can present in the air for some time. For example, if I sneeze and it can spread, the virus can stay in the air for some time. It's not airborne. We cannot say airborne. It will not fly from one house to another house. Or only thing, it will stay in the air for 4 to 5 years. For example, if I am sneezing here and if somebody else is coming and taking a breath here, after some time, he can get infection. So that is another culprit of this pandemic spread. Because as you can see, 7 to 8 months, it have already spread to all parts of the country. So these are the main reasons. So how to protect it? So that is our main discussion part. So protecting is, as government says, it is SMS only. Social distance, 2 meter. You have to maintain 2 meter wherever you go, whatever you do. You have to maintain that 2 meter. That is the most important. If you go to a shop, if you go to an office, if you are going attending a school webinar, meetings, anywhere, you have to maintain that 2 meter till this pandemic is over. So that is most important thing. Second thing, mask. Mask. There are 3 types of mask. There are cotton mask, surgical mask, and N95. See, in UAE and all, most of the people are using only surgical mask. So I prefer, or my team always recommend surgical mask to be worn because it has a filter and it protects some amount of virus. Whereas cotton cannot protect any virus. It cannot protect. It will only reduce the source of infection. For example, if I cough and if I have a cotton mask, it will not go to the other people. But if you want a protection, always wear at least a surgical mask, or the N95 is only for the persons who are dealing with those patients, like doctors, nurses, paramedics, or ambulance drivers. So that is another important topic. You have to, when you are in a crowd, always use surgical mask. And it's not that costly. You can get it for 3 rupees, 4 rupees if you want. N95, it is 50 to 60 rupees. Sometimes it can go up to 100 rupees depending upon the quality. But and when you buy, always make sure it is actually certified by, there are multiple certification body. NIOSH is a certification body, NIOSH. FFP2 is another certificate body. There are some certificate bodies there because there are lot of false or lot of bad quality mask available right now in India, and it can actually produce a lot of infections to other people. So that also you have to do. Then third part is sanitizing your hand and the things which you are touching. Especially you have to sanitize the areas where, for example, you are in a home, or if you are in a home, there is no need to sanitize everything here. But if you are coming, you are traveling in a bus and you are entering to a better to sanitize those things which are taken from outside, which are already mingled with many people. So just sanitize. It's not that tough thing actually. It will take hardly 10 minutes. Just wipe it with a cloth. You can keep a bucket of water with some detergent or something. That is another easy thing. Or Dettol is okay. Or you can make a bleaching lotion. Anything. Any sanitizer like more than 60% alcohol or any detergent or any soap can kill this virus because the shell is very soft. It can break very easily. Only when it is entering the body, it will change like anything. Like means it will multiply very fast and it can cause some infection. Outside, it is very, very unstable virus. So luckily, if it is very hard and if it is producing more mortality, this is not the state where we will live. We will be living with fear. But here, it is not that dangerous. The mortality of this virus is still 3%. It is comparatively very less compared to other organisms. For example, if you get a Nipah, the mortality is 60 to 80%. If you get a, you might have heard bird flu. Bird flu is a very common infection in Kerala. Recently also we got a bird flu infection. So mortality rate of bird flu is 60%. That means 100 people infected means 60 people will die. So luckily it is not spreading to human very fast. But this virus spreading very fast, but not that neither as we think. So you can lead a non, but some modification. There are some modification you have to check for our safety and for our own family. So where we are, okay, prevention. So prevention, as I said, these are the three things. SMS along with 3C you have to do. What is 3C? That is a World Health Organization recommendation. Confined and closed space you have to avoid. What is confined and closed space? For example, this room is very small and it is closed. That you have to avoid. If you are with some people, means who is a stranger or who is not related to you. In family, you cannot maintain that thing, social distancing and all. But when you mingle with other people, for example, in a meeting or a classroom or a office or in a shop, always don't be in an area where it is confined or a closed space. Try to make the ventilation open. That is important. Even though you are wearing mask, these things are important because mask will not protect 100%. It will only protect 90%. If you are using N95, it will protect 90%. But still 5% is left. So your room should be properly ventilated to avoid the infection. That is confined and closed space. Then another thing is crowded areas. Always avoid the crowded area. If a chance to avoid a crowd, please avoid it. Plan your things before. For example, if you want to go to an office at 9 o'clock, don't start your journey at 8:30. Please start by 7:30 if you are using a public vehicle. Or else you have to travel in your own vehicle. So those things are very important. So always try to convert the C's, different C's. Don't be in a confined area, don't be in a crowded area, don't be in a closed area. So these are the 6 things which you can protect, like protection by your own modifications. Then how to protect the body or how to improve the immunity. That is the most another important thing which you people have to know. So WHO recommendation is not a new recommendation. It is a very old recommendation. There are 5 things which you have to do and 5 things which you have to stop or which you have to avoid. What are the 5 things which you have to do? First, you will when I speak that, when I explain that, you will think that it is very simple, but it is not that simple because it have proved scientifically that whatever I am going to tell now is proven for improving the immunity. So first is sleep. Okay, 7 to 9 hours of sleep is important. While sleeping, all your toxic products in your body are actually neutralizing, and while sleeping, cytokines are produced. Cytokines are the inflammatory marker which helps for any infection. Any infection, it is coming to your body. Cytokines are the one who fights against this. So it is mostly produced at sleep. And if you don't sleep, that will actually produce so many problems, including diabetes, including heart diseases. Many things which you can produce if you don't sleep properly. The second thing, drink enough amount of water. When I say enough amount of water, it is not, if I ask some child or if I ask some person, they tell that, always they tell that they drink enough amount of water. But when I ask them to measure, they will only say like 500 ml, 1 liter. It's not advised. So in my home actually, we keep separate bottle for everyone. For my kid, they have a separate bottle. For my wife, there is a separate bottle. For me, there is a separate. So that's very important because in our busy schedule, we will forget how much we drink. So we should know because it's not like when you get thirst, you should drink. You have to drink at least 3 to 4 liters of water if you are an adult. Toxic products from your body, including virus and bacteria. So that is another thing. So how to drink means, for example, easy way to remember it is for every 25 kg, you have to drink 1 to 1.2 liter of water. So that is the easy way to remember. So if it is child and all, you can remember 100 ml per kg. Up to 10 kg, we will tell that it is 100 ml per kg. So 10 kilogram, child have to drink 1000 ml of water. So that is the easy way to remember. So you have to mark your own bottle and keep it very important. Then third thing which you have to do is having a balanced diet. So many people will be doing a diet plans, keto diets, some egg diet. There are many type of diet plans, but it is not recommended at this pandemic stage because you need some amount of carbohydrates, like around 65% of carbohydrates are required when you have food, and 15-20% of protein is available, needed, and around 15% of fat is also available. Fat is also needed for a proper balanced food. So for that, include proteins. Proteins are nuts. All the egg has a lot of protein. Fish, then meat has a lot of protein. So we'll discuss it later. Fat also is important. You have to have a little bit of amount of fat because fat helps for vitamin absorption. There are some fat dependent vitamins. So for that, you have to have little amount of fat at least. Then, so 3 things I have to do. Then 4 is exercise. Even if you get some COVID infection, we recommend you to do some amount of exercise. Because when you do exercise, there are multiple things happening in your body. One is endorphin, it's a hormone which releases in your body, and it helps for positive attitude. It helps for fighting against infection. It gives you happiness. That is the first thing. Second, in every cell of your body will get enough amount of oxygen and nutrients when you do a proper exercise. So that is also another important thing which you have to do, even if you get some mild infection or something. 30 minutes of exercise are recommended per day. 2 days you can take rest in a week. That means 5 days you have to do 30 minutes each. So according to World Health, 150 minutes of exercise per day. So you should start with stretching your body along with some amount of exercise. So exercise, I cannot show it now. I'll tell you the video number. You can go and see in the Dr. D Better Life YouTube page. I'll share the link at last. So the video number, you can note it. It is 547. 547. There are exercises which I am recommending for the people. 547. Then exercise. Then final thing, you have to add vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin A in your food. So I repeat, don't take supplements. Supplements are not good. For example, if you are taking a vitamin tablet, the bioabsorption of the vitamin D tablet is very, very less compared to the natural foods. So if you can get a natural fruit, for example, vitamin C is available in all the citrus fruits like guava, papaya, mango, gooseberry, strawberry, all berries. So if you can have one gooseberry at least, one at least, if you can have per day, that is enough actually, because 100 milligram is needed for us. 100 milligram of vitamin C. So that you can get it from one gooseberry. So do not go for vitamin C tablet. If you want to take vitamin C tablet, you have to take 1000 milligram of vitamin C. In that, only 100 milligram will be absorbed to your body. That too, not in a natural form, it is in an artificial form. It will be converted later. So better, always we prefer. I have not taken till now vitamin C or vitamin A. I am seeing COVID patients continuously. But still, we are taking fruits. Daily we are taking. Just before the talk also, we are taking fruits. We have had a, so that is very important. You can maintain the body with the help of fruits. Then second, so vitamin C, vitamin D. So vitamin D is the only vitamin which you can generate with the help. You can generate by your own. How you can generate? You have to get sunlight. When you have to get sunlight, it should be between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Previously, people thought that we have to get light sunlight, for example, between 8 to 10. But it is proved wrong 10 years back by WHO. And in WHO, their recommendation is between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You should get at least 10 minutes of sunlight to generate enough amount of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a culprit actually. Vitamin D deficiency is a culprit of many diseases, like for example diabetes, hypertension, cancer, then obesity, hair loss, acne. There are many diseases which are directly related to vitamin D. So vitamin D is a very important thing. You see, when we scan our patients who are coming to department, most of the people are having vitamin D deficiency. So Indians are actually very very prone to vitamin D deficiency. So please do get sunlight between 11 a.m. and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. At least 10 minutes of sunlight. Vitamin D is available in fatty fish. So aila, matti, all those things. All the common fish contains lot of vitamin D. If you are a vegetarian, it is difficult actually. So broccoli we can get little bit. Then cod liver oil, it is another supplement, but it is not considered as a supplement we can have. So vitamin D you can get it like that. We don't recommend vitamin D tablets because we have treated many patients with vitamin D tablet also. Those who come with 10 nanogram per ml, we used to give a vitamin D tablet. But the amount in which the vitamin D climbs on the patient body, it is very much vary. For example, if you give a vitamin D tablet for 3 months or 4 months, slowly it will climb. But if I ask the child to get sunlight for 10 to 15 minutes every day, it will climb within 15 days or 20 days. So that is a difference. That is a difference of a natural and artificial. Then vitamin A you can get it from milk, egg you can get, then carrot, beetroot, all green leafy vegetables contains vitamin A. So these are the three major important vitamins which help for the prevention of any infection in your body, especially any virus infection. Any virus, it's not only to COVID-19. If you are getting a dengue, or if you are getting dengue, which is the fruit you have to tell. Always, even doctors say to have papaya. Same like that. Any virus infection, we can be protected with the help of these three vitamins. But go naturally. So these are the 5 recommendations of World Health Organization. The details you can see in video number 404 and 342. These are the 2 video numbers which you can remember, 342 and 404. Now we are going to discuss about the 5 don'ts, 5 things which you have to avoid in your life. It's a pandemic situation. Anytime you can get infection. That is the only thing. Anytime you can get infection, but it can be cured. So please avoid smoking and alcohol at this time. Smoking, when you smoke, it will directly injure the lung. And as you know, the COVID-19 directly attacks the lung because ACE2 receptors are mostly present in the lungs. So avoid smoking. It is not at all good, and it is a major cause of cancer in many people. So it's the right time to stop. We have done multiple videos how to stop smoking also. I don't remember the number. Now, alcohol. Alcohol, if you drink continuously, it can damage the epithelial cell, it can damage the liver, and it can also cause dehydration in the body. See, I told your body is actually 60 to 70 percentages of water. So never allow your body to dehydrate. So don't drink alcohol. It is also not a good thing to have at this time of pandemic. Then third important thing is junk foods. See, why young people are dying? Young people are dying because of their bad lifestyle, or young people are dying because there are some hidden diseases which are present in the body. Recently, Indian Medical Association, our part, we have searched for some people who died at the age of 28 and 32 and all. So when we searched their background, they were either obese, or they were alcoholic or smoker, or they had some sort of other problem existing in the body. So that is the most important thing. Please make sure you don't eat junk foods. What is junk foods? Pizza, burger, all those things are junk foods, or any refined sugar or refined carbohydrates are not good for your body. So the refined carbohydrates, best example is maida. See, we used to have lot of bakery foods. They have actually banned in my home actually from last 3 years or 4 years. So you should not have any type of maida foods. And refined sugar is also not good. The sugar is a white poison. You should avoid sugar. If you want, you can use little bit of shankara and all you can use, but avoid jaggery. But avoid sugar, white sugar. It's not at all good. If you are actually, if you have a habit of using, slowly reduce it. Because I had a habit. When I came to know and when I read about all the articles, I slowly reduced and I stopped it. So you can do that. And fourth important thing is avoid sugary drinks. Sugary drinks are some artificial canned drinks. You can get canned drinks. Canned drinks are like you can get it from markets, fruity, all those things. See, we give to our children actually, and our children actually slowly will get addicted to these things. And when they are like old or 40 years or so, they will continue it. And finally, what will happen? Their health will be good. That is the most important reason why our Kerala, many people are diabetic, because we don't give a control on our calories, and we don't think about the sugar, all those things. We give more importance for our taste. So that is not good actually. So you have to, when we see, I am going to change it. See, most of the people are following or having these type of foods. So when I explain this, what this doctor will be telling, they'll be thinking that. But when you go and when you read about the WHO or World Health Organization diet plans, you see, you have to have a proper, for example, proper diet. You have to include more fruits and vegetables in your plate. You have to reduce the refined carbohydrates. You have to reduce your refined oils, and you have to reduce the refined carbohydrates. They are clearly said it many years before I have read. So still the same thing. So, but it is quite new to you. But if you hear it multiple times, you will understand. So it's very dangerous, very dangerous, and it's a silent killer. We are not understanding the consequences. Only we will understand when we get some disease. Till that time, we will be continuously having this, and that will produce many problems in people. Because that is the main reason why the Kerala is considered as the capital city, capital city, you can say, capital city or capital state of India, of diabetes. So in diabetes, 1 in 4 people are getting diabetes, and in Kerala it is 1 in 3 people. At the age of 40, 1 in 3 people are getting diabetes, and diabetes is a very silent killer. It can cause so many problems in your body. So please make sure you slowly change on to these type of diet which I have already explained. So sugar is the most important thing. It's a silent, slow killer. Avoid the sugar as much as possible. Because to add more taste, you will add more sugar and more salt. Both are dangerous. Sugar is not at all recommended, because naturally we are getting so much of sugar from the fruits, vegetables and all. No need of sugar. But for salt, 5 gram, up to 5 gram, that is 1 teaspoon. So that we will discuss later on. I have lot of things to say about salt and sugar. We will discuss it later. My phone charge is very less. I think I have to store that. We'll see. Okay, then final thing to avoid is stress. Stress is another important thing. Stress means when you get a stress or when you are stressed, there is a cortisol hormone which is releasing in your body. That is very dangerous because cortisol is considered as a steroid. Okay, just Google it. Cortisol is a steroid. So as you know, when you are on a steroid, your immunity will be low. Same principle. The body is producing cortisol when you are stressed. So the cortisol will be very much high and your immunity will be low and you will not be able to fight the infection. That's why always stay positive. Whatever happens in your life, think that there is something good for you or something good is happening for you. So if you think like that, or if you know the facts, these are the facts which I have already said. Corona, how to prevent, the mortality rate, everything I have said. So why you have to fear about this disease? Because the mortality rate only 3%. If you get an infection, 97% you are going to get cured. And 40 to 50%, if you get infection, you will not know about the infection. So those are the very good things. So then why you have to worry? So these are the 5 things which you have to avoid. So please bear with me. I have to cut the call because my charge is very low. I have to stop the call and I'll rejoin soon. Hope it's fine. Ashwini and one more.
Sure, sir. That's fine for us.
Take it.
Conversation was very informative. And can we have Hari sir around? I need a favor from Hari sir. Mr. Harris from Computer Science Department. Hello. Hello, sir. When the doctor returns, if I ask all the participants to switch on their video for a couple of seconds, can we take a photo of all the participants together?
Sure, sir.
When the doctor returns, let's do that. Okay, thank you, sir. And to the audience, if you have any doubt or queries, this is the right time for you to write down those queries in the message box. When doctor returns, we will ask those queries. Please bear with us. We will join in a couple of seconds. Yes, sir. Yes, please continue, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. You are audible. Please continue.
So now we move on to how our anxiety and how does spirit and mind. Okay. So COVID-19 is of many people and basically also mental because what most people, many people have no hope and many are very anxious. Going to discuss that. Okay. They can deliver 5 or 6 video and more points. So when you get these type of attacks or when the pandemics are there, usually the patient will have or the people will have 4 types of symptoms. We call it a SADP, SADP. S is suicidal thoughts, A is anxiety, D is depression, and B is panic. Not the figures. You know now what is coronavirus and how to protect from coronavirus. What are the symptoms of coronavirus? These things you have know very well. Why you have to know the figures? Actually, I am not seeing the figures. How many cases per day? How many deaths per day? Why you have to see? And these all are actually breaking news or sensational news. Why you want to hear those things? You be with your family and friends. You do your life. You live your life. So those things are important. That is first thing. Second, when you get these type of thoughts, distract yourself. Actually, you got a very good life actually because many people are actually suffering without food, without job, without relatives or family. Many problems they are facing. But luckily, we are not facing those things. Some problems will be there for everyone, but still, we are actually lucky. You have to think like that. But it's also very important. So when you get a chance to help, please help. That will definitely, when you help others, you will feel happy actually. And only after helping you will understand. Maybe it will take maybe one week or 2 weeks, but still, when you keep on continue helping people, definitely it will add on happiness to your life. And this like a karma, it will come back to you also. And you will not think about it, but it will come back to you. Then, so suicidal thoughts you can. Then anxiety, again I said, don't think about this. You discuss with your family and friends. Always give some time for your families. Discuss what is happening in your mind or what is going on in your mind. Find some person who you can believe. Mostly it can be a parent or it can be brother or sister. Or it can be a friend also. Okay. And then you can convert these. This Fahad Fasil is very close to me. He called me and told actually and what to do for like I am not able to do movies. So what I said to him, I told him actually to write something or to write some book or some movie or something. So he's writing now. Right? He already have shooted one movie through mobile. So many things he have done. So same like that, you have to divert your mind in a positive. For example, if you are not able to read or if you are not able to go to school, you have Zoom meetings or you can have some other sort of meetings. You can meet friends, you can discuss things and do campaign study also through the networks or mobile network we have, through the platform which we have. So like that you will be hidden or you will be you are not done because of the misusage. You can do it. So those things are there. So divert your mind to a positive thing, so that at the end of this pandemic, we'll be having another positive result which you have never expected. So that is another thing. So I am also doing it. So whenever I'm getting free, I'm doing something which I have not done till now. So those things are very important. So it will actually give you a fruitful result when you are doing it very passionately and when you are doing it truthfully. And as I said, negative thoughts, try to avoid it. Right? Try to avoid it. Easy way to say because our world is surrounded with negativity. 90% of the people who we see is actually negative. And whatever news we see is also negative because negative we are attracted. We are very much attracted. That's why negative news are there. When you open a news channel at 10 p.m., we can only hear the negative news. Only because negative people want to hear it. Who killed who or where the robbery has taken place, who have died. those things we are actually very much keen. The human mind is actually very much keen for negativity, but try to divert it. Why just think that why are we here that the world is actually full of lot of positive things are happening, and why you have to be very much when you have a very good life, or those things you have to slowly change. It will take time actually. It cannot be explained in 150 minutes class. So that is the most important thing. For every negativity or for every negative thing in your life, think positively. That's most important thing. And positive things actually, when you keep on continuing, if you keep on believing in positivity, the positive things will come to your life. Because it's happened in my life also. That's why I'm saying. The best example is me. I was actually an average student in third year actually, till third year of MBBS. Then I actually started positivity. Some things are there actually happened in my life. Somebody insulted me, so I got some like what to say, washi. So I started reading, and I became the university topper in 18 medical years in fifth year. Till that time, I was an average student. So till from that time, I was very positive. So what all happened in my life, even though if it is a negative thing, I started thinking as positive. So saying that I am associated with actually. See, for example, you might have seen in my videos of mine. So he actually was a little bit negative, not very negative. I tried changing him, and from it will take time actually. It's not that easy to change. It will take many months to change. But if you have that strong willingness or strong that ambition in your mind, you can change it. Anything we can convert into positive. Even one person is dying in your family, that is actually very much what to say, very much it will create sadness or something will be there. But if you think, okay, he is not paralyzed. For example, one person is actually getting an accident and he is dying immediately. Okay, it's very much loss only. It's a very bad part. You are losing a very close person of yours. But still you can think that, oh, if he have got some paralysis and if he have in bed for many years, and he might have suffered a lot. So something you have to think. I'm not telling. This may not be a right example that I'm telling. I have taken the high level. That is at the highest level is somebody is dying, or highest level is you are getting infection or you are getting a cancer. That is the highest level. There are many small things out there. Like for example, fighting with your lover, fighting with your friend. Those are very small things. Take it like why you have to think it like and harm your own brain. So mind is very important. If you keep on giving your mind a positivity, your body also.
Excuse me, manager sir. Excuse me, manager sir. Your mic and video both are on. Could you please switch off the mic?
Okay. Okay. That
Thank
was
you.
yeah. We will move on to questions, I think, because now 1:30 we started. Almost 1 hour I spoke. That's fine. 45 minutes is enough. Because the attention span of every people is actually
That's fine. That's fine, sir. Thank you very much for the very informative talk on COVID. And also, we really loved when you shared some of the anecdotes from your life. That was quite inspirational for us. Now the interaction session begins. If you have any doubts or clarifications, if you feel like sharing some observations, you please put that either in the chat box or you please share by switching on your mic and video. And mean
Ashwati means
hello,
let's take up.
it's over? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Now let's go to the discussions.
I have shared Facebook links. So, red is actually for the COVID patient. If you get infection, COVID infection, all your doubts are answered in the red color. Green is for the COVID prevention. If you get, for example, if you want to transit, if you want to have if you want to conduct an online class, or if you want to conduct a exam, all instructions are mentioned in the green color. And white color is for all other diseases, for example, diabetes, hypertension, uric acid, all other diseases. We are around 50 doctors who are managing this page. We continuously post one video per day, like that. We are around almost have 600 videos. So you can ask some questions. You can just message here in the chat box. So I'll reply to the messages. That will be good. Anything is fine. Anything related to COVID or anything else is also fine. Happy to know that it's informative.
Excuse me, sir. Previously, there was a question put in the chat box by Himna. She was asking about the how to foster psychological resilience to teens.
Okay, can you make the question a little more clear? For example, I have already explained the same. Anything specific? If you can focus a little more, please ask.
Him.
Your question in the it's a general question. Already covered in teens. What are the problems? Could you tell about homeopathy? See, homeopathy in 2002, I think, we had actually pretty good show. It's medical. So they did a very good argument about it. But as expected, there is no result at the end. We both were arguing each other, but no result at the end. That's the only interaction which I had before. Then about the homeopathy, which whatever I know is, it is not proven. Proven in the sense, the drug is actually diluted. And another thing is, there is no studies which are happening in the world. See, for example, any drug, for example, if you take a paracetamol, the mechanism of action, if it's entering the body, where it will go, which organ it is affected, and how the drug is acting on your body, everything we know. We are living in 2020, not 2010. So any drug, when you take any drug, paracetamol, metformin, Trandac, any drug which is releasing or any vaccine which is releasing, we have a clear-cut idea how it acts and what are the side effects of the drug. But when you compare with other Ayurveda, actually they have actually studies. They have the mechanism of action is very much known. But unfortunately, homeo is it's a placebo effect. It is actually mind can heal most of the things. You might have doctor. See, കൈപ്പുണ്യമുള്ള ഡോക്ടർ ശരിക്കും അവരോടുള്ള വിശ്വാസം. The person is having belief on him, a strong belief that whatever drug he is giving is going to act. So that strong belief actually can cure many things. Even the cancer can be healed with the proper mind, because the positivity actually, it is actually a lot of things to say explaining that. See, you cannot be fully positive and avoid the drug. It is a foolishness. You have to do the treatment along with positivity, then you can heal. That's what I'm saying. So too much positivity is also bad. That I have seen some people who believe that everything will happen positively, but not doing the right things. That is also not correct. But what you have to do, you have to do the appropriate thing and then be positive. So homeopathy, as far as I know, is not a approved thing, because the clinical trials are not there for any of the drugs. And for the arsenic album also, there is no confirmatory studies which have done. Only 16 people test is not at all recommended. So for example, if I am giving some drug or some water, if I give from here, and if 15 people drink here, in that, only, I told already 50% of the people only will get symptoms. Remaining people are not getting symptoms. So I am 100% sure 50% will be affected. The remaining 50%, only 3%, 97% of the people will be cured with my water. So they think what? They will think that he got cured with the help of his water, and they will give so much of money or so much of respect to him. But to prove any drug, you have to undergo a clinical trial, at least in 10,000 people, and the mechanism of action should be clearly know how it is preventing the infection, what happens when the drug is entering the body. So that you have to know. You can easily Google it actually. You don't need to ask me. You can just Google it, arsenic album, what is the mechanism of action, or how it does, how it acts on the body. Same thing can any drug, the mechanism of action can understand the help of Google. Any other questions? Homemade doctors are giving. Okay, you can have it, no problem. Because if they are saying that there is no side effect, you can have it. But all other precautions which I have already explained should be carried out. Because I know people who have taken review. For example, I have a CT scan in my mobile itself. 1 minute. Are you able to hear?
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. Continue.
Yeah. I have a CT scan in my own mobile. He is a homemade doctor who was taking arsenic acid. It is very bad. And he got saved with the help of allopathic medicine. I am not again claiming that this is good and this is bad. But we have to have an evidence to say that it is correct. If you get a proper evidence, or if you are able to produce such evidence, it is okay. In Bombay also, many of the nurses who have taken the homeopathic medicine have got COVID. I have the chat messages. But don't want to fight. If people believe it, we can have it. But most importantly, there are 6 things which I have already explained. It's a five things to protect your immunity. You have to be clear. How effective is our mask and which one is good to recommend? I already said surgical mask and N95 is good. When you travel in a crowded area, you have to tell me.
I have a question that I am feeling a liver ache and I am allergic to it.
Okay, continue.
Okay, I have
You are an allergic person.
and I'm 31 years old. Yes.
Okay, do you have any other disease?
Okay, so I don't have any symptoms. I'm thyroid.
Okay, so I'll explain you. Okay, so you are on thyroid medicine, you are allergic, you are 31 years old, and from 21 days you are positive, right? Okay. See, what you have to know, you are not infected. That is the first thing. After 15 days, the COVID is not infected to other people. That is the first thing. So you can do the other people. Second thing, up to 28 days, up to 28 days, the COVID can produce some amount of complication in your body. So only 7 days left for you. If you maintain your body same like this, there is nothing to worry. And now, fortunately, you don't have any other symptoms. So with that, you will be 100%. 100% immunity.
Okay. So the one
You can see, I'll tell you something.
what should I
Go
take care?
through that. 432. 432. Just please see that. You will understand more. 432 and 353. These 2 videos you see, please. Yeah, continue.
Okay. So what all things I should take care of after I got this test? The doctor here said you have to take care of yourself because there is any cancer that you get infected again.
No. Where are you?
Take care.
Are you on quarantine or like?
Isolation.
Fine. Okay. So So every day, see, you have to have actually, every day you have to continue fruits. It's important actually. Vitamin C should be taken. Are you taking vitamin C tablet?
I'm allergic to vitamin C.
Fruits?
Yes, I'm allergic to vitamin C.
All fruits?
Yeah, all citrus fruits. But I can have mango papaya, but
That is enough.
citrus itself.
More than orange, vitamin C is more present in papaya. More than this lemon. Papaya has more vitamin C. So papaya.
That I can have. Mango papaya I can have.
Then it's good. So please have vitamin C every day. That is important. Next to 1 or 2 months, at least one time you have to have it. That's the most important. And COVID infection rate is very less. Very less means you can take negligible. You can say up to 6 months. Usually you will have a protection. One COVID is infected in your body. Minimum of 6 months you should have a protection, because the studies which are coming from China and other countries, what they are saying is up to 6 months definitely you will have a protection. But it can relieve. But make sure you follow actually all other recommended 4, 6, 8 and post-COVID infection. What all things you have to see? 4, 6, 8 and 450. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Only 7 days.
Yeah. Actually, my husband and my son were also treated. My husband got discharged. In 14 days, he got doing and got discharged. But he positive he got, and today we had test. But I'm totally with the result. One negative, then positive, then negative. So that's why I'm.
Tell about the test. The PCR test is the time which we are doing it. PCR means.
Yes. I checked your video. Listen to your video.
So it will persist for 10 weeks.
And I got some relief. After watching your video, I got some relief.
Yeah, see, it tests for 10 weeks. So don't worry about the test result. Okay. Because once positive, the dead virus can be present in your nose. And it can turn evil. This is actually removed in other countries like Kuwait. Other countries it is removed. The PCR test repeat is not needed. But UAE definitely. Share the link for videos that you mentioned. Dr. Manju, only the problem is spend some time. I can do it actually. I'll do it. Depression, anxiety, and stress among pupils. Okay. In times of COVID and as a teacher of online lectures, what we can do? Can you share your views on this? How effective are the masks? I have already answered. I have already answered. Exam is currently accepting submissions. Many colleges regarding the pandemic also thanks a lot. Okay, only 2 questions left. Very good. So now first question, how effective are masks? I already explained. So go with surgical mask or N95. That is a solution. When you are in a crowd, at least you have a surgical mask. So if you are not on a crowd, or if you are alone, or if you are in a park, then no need. You can just put a cloth mask to avoid fine or avoid transmission to other people. But if you are in a crowd, if you are in a closed space, if you are in a confined space, always use surgical mask. Otherwise, it will not protect. Because it's spreading very fast and it will be there in our country for next UAE also, India also, it will be there. Minimum of 6 to 8 months it can still persist, because vaccine may take time, little more time. So we have to slowly adapt to the depression, anxiety, and stress among people. See, whatever I have explained, you have to convey it to the students who are attending classes. See, make sure this is a different experience. See, for example, after 50 years or after 25 years, we can say in 2020 we had a pandemic called COVID-19. Those times we used to wear mask. Those times we used to speak through the internet, all those things we can say. So such type of thing will come. See, whatever happens, it will be like that. For example, at the time of incident, you will be facing depression, anxiety, panic attack, and all. But after few days, the see many patients we are getting at in the emergency department with the suicide attempts. They will either cut the vein or they will take some tablet and go. See, when we start giving treatment, 99% of the people will say, please save me as soon as possible. 99. I can say 100%, but some people will be mute. They will not tell that we don't want treatment. 99% will say, please save me, please save me. One lady was actually crying in front of me when I was doing my PG post-graduation. So we couldn't help her actually. She died in front of us. But she have taken a very deadly poison, and in front of us she was actually dying. She was literally asking for breath. We couldn't give because oxygen is contraindicated in that poison. So that is a thing. So that instinct you have to overcome. That is most important. That there will be an instinct when you get hurt or when you get some sort of negative emotions. That instinct is very important. This will also go on. Even positive thing or negative thing, every positive things in your life, it will not stay so for longer time. Negative things also it will also not longer, so will not stay for longer time. So always think, be in a neutral situation, take it positively. That negative thing will definitely go away after few days. So be calm, be polite, okay, and try to help other people. Definitely, you will feel happy. You will feel happy because it is like that. You will feel it. In our near ones come back from abroad just after 14 days of isolation, can they join us? Very good. Yeah, they can join. You can see that video in 460. So I have explained it very well. After 15 days, for example, if I am getting in contact with a positive person, next 15 days is the period where I can transmit the infection to other people. So after 15 days, it's kindly fine. 100%. Next question. After getting cured from COVID, does it mean deficit of lung capacity? Okay, very good question. So there are many people who are claiming like that. So we got a call from UAE. Dr. D. Betlife's team got a call from UAE. Many people who got cured from COVID-19 was getting infection. So you have to follow video number 599, 419. These are the two videos which you have to follow. There are some breathing exercises. There are some cupping techniques, and there are one more prone ventilation. These are a few things which I have explained 10 methods how to overcome the post-COVID pneumonia. At least five are actually very much effective. You can follow those things for continue for 1 month. You will be completely cured. It is not a permanent damage, but if you don't take treatment, it can go into permanent damage. So post-COVID, you follow 450. 450 is post-COVID, 419 and 499. These are the videos. You just follow it. It's very common actually. Post-COVID pneumonia. Is allergic person more susceptible to? No, not like that. See, susceptibility is actually almost same. For example, if an allergic person is near me, or if I am there, then susceptibility is same. But if I am diabetic or if I have hypertension and if my sugars and BP is not well controlled, then the effect in my body will be different. But allergic person, again, it is a different entity. There is no problem at all. Allergy is not a problem. If you are on a regular inhale, you have to take it. Otherwise, no need to get panic with the COVID-19. The same risk is there for you also. Same like a normal people. But if you are a diabetic or if you are hypertensive, your sugar and your blood pressure should be normal. Because once it is normal, you are like same other people. For example, angioplasty is done already. That means the treatment is already done. Then no problem. You are like a same like other people. But if there is a heart failure, if there is a lung failure, if there is a liver failure, all failure, we cannot reverse it back. Those people have to be in a reverse quarantine. They should not mingle with people who can get COVID. Like for example, a person who is going out continuously, mingling with many people. Do not mingle with that person. And your room should have a proper ventilation. Those things have to be carried out. Yeah. China vaccine trials. It's going on actually. Vaccine phase 1 trial, phase 3 trial is going. In that 2 vaccines they are giving, 2 shot. 1 shot is already given to 30,000, more than 30,000 people. Another shot we are giving, actually we are starting it now. Fortunately, we have to wait for the result. It will take 2 months to show the antibodies in your blood. Once it is proven, we can give to other people. But again, it's a new vaccine, so only with the result we can comment on it. Now, hopefully we can. If a COVID patient is pregnant and going to labor, will doctors try for normal delivery or over 6 cessation? Normal delivery. See 476 video, 476. Pregnant ladies, COVID-19, I have explained on that. So, what you have to know, it will not produce much problems. Many pregnant ladies with COVID-19 have delivered a normal child, normal route. So, that is not a problem. And mortality rate is not as high as other diseases. So, that is also nothing to worry. You just see 476 video, I have explained it very well. Does the COVID infection affect the appetite? Yeah, any infection or any fever can reduce the appetite. But that is not the exclusive symptom you have to think. So that is actually again will create panic situation in your mind. 581, you see this video, 581. In that all the symptom complex I have mentioned. If you have these many symptoms with an exposure to a patient, you can be a COVID positive. That is taken from the WHO recommendation. 581. So please see that. So I think I have answered all the questions. Is it necessary for a person who has come from abroad to test for COVID, even if he is asymptomatic after 14 days? No need to do test actually. If he is asymptomatic, no need to do test. But it depends upon again country policy. For example, I am in UAE now, so I am advised to do a test after 14 days. So that is the only thing. That depends upon the country policy. That is the first thing. Second, what you have to know, after 15 days, if you do not develop any symptoms, you are 100% safe. Okay, so that you can see in 460. So no need to do test if you are asymptomatic. So can we wind the class?
Hello, Ashwati. So we are really grateful to all the participants for making the interactive session very much lively. Before we wind up, everyone please make sure that you have filled the feedback form shared in the chat box. Also, we wish, as he has seen, we are all praying for you. You will have a speedy recovery.
Excuse me, Ashwati.
Am I
Hello, Ashwati.
Yeah, ma'am.
One more question has been raised by the participant.
Okay, sir. Could you?
For a person to be asymptomatic and still have poor appetite. See, actually, you are actually very anxious, I feel, because maybe that person will not be having appetite, and she's thinking that she is COVID-19. So don't think like, see, you will have a multiple sort of symptoms to get complicated. And most of 443 video and 443 and 581 video will give you a clear clarification on that. I'll explain in 1 second, 2-3 seconds. So, asymptomatic patient with poor appetite, no problem, nothing to worry. You will be fine. Asymptomatic patient with 3 symptoms, there is symptom complex. I have explained in 581. Please see that, you will understand that. Don't worry about it.
So now for the formal vote of thanks, let me invite the webinar coordinator, Dr. Deepa K, who is an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry. And please.
Thank you, Ashwati. Good evening, everyone. It was very thoughtful and very engaging 1.5 hours we had. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Danny Salim for finding time to do such a webinar during his busy schedule. after this session, I feel I think that you are not only an eminent doctor, but sir, you are a wonderful teacher. In such a wonderful way, you presented in a modern way. You presented all the parts of that COVID-19. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I would like to express my thanks to our principal, Dr. Sri Segalani. He is always with us with a lot of encouragement and support. I also thank our manager, Abdulali sir, for all supports extended to us to make this event happen. My warm regards to Dr. Annie Nainan, IQAC coordinator, for taking the leading role and in finding out such an eminent person to give such a wonderful session for us. And Ms. Anjudi, Assistant Professor Department of English, for providing all technical support, without which the program will not be a success like this. Thank you, Anjudi. I would like to express the heartfelt thanks to Harry Sir, Department of Department of Computer Science, who was with us with his sincere efforts for coordinating this event. Thank you, sir. I am also thankful to the services extended to us by Mahru, Mr. Mahru, Technical Assistant of Unity Women's College. Thank you, Mahru. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Tirumani Devi, HOD, Nutrition Department, Avinashilingam University, for Coimbatore, for her valuable supports, and staff members from Agricultural University Thrissur and Kerala Agricultural University for their wholehearted cooperation. Success of all programs happens only with active participants, not an exception. Here also, such an active participation by all my colleagues, peers, and well-wishers truly encouraged us. Hope you had a wonderful evening. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Hello, Ashwini. Hello, thank you everyone for your valuable time. Let's wind up. Thank you very much, Ashwini.
അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവർ